Hello lovelies, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and this is the place where I watch basically whatever I want. And yes, welcome back to part 2 of our ATARASHII GAKKO album listen. I don't remember the album title off the top of my head right now, so I apologize about that. But we're here with part 2. It is a brand new day. It is the morning. I am nice and rested, thankfully, because in the last video you probably saw that my energy was slowly degrading over the video, and I was not really feeling it, you know what I mean? So I'm here now and I'm excited to dive in. I'm up the top and I am ready to get into this. So like I said, we're continuing on. We're doing the last 5 songs on the album, and that probably is something you know what it is. I'm not going to list them off right now because I don't have it in front of me, but if you watched the first part and you probably just watched it, then you would know what we're getting into. But we are going to be starting off today with Dokubana, which is Poisonous Flower, which I have listened to this song, and it is honestly one of my favorites. I've really enjoyed listening to it since I listened to it the first time, and of course I'll link all of that up there, but I watched it and I thought it was really, really fun, so I'm excited. We're going back into the strong vibes because we got a little bit of a softer stuff last time, but now it's just gonna be like in my face, so I'm excited about that. So let us get geared up and ready, and we're going to check out all of the songs today. If you somehow haven't watched the first part, which you should, but if you haven't watched it, I'm going to be watching, most of these are going to be lyric videos. Some of them have music videos to go with them, so we're going to watch the music video and then the lyric video after that, because I believe that none of them had lyrics on them today. So that is what we're doing. I'm excited though to dive in, so I hope you are as well. So grab your drink of choice and let's listen to some more music. So let's start off with something that we do know. A little nice, not refresher. Yeah, a refresher, but also just like a start for the day. So let's go! Yeah, because the piano is insane on this one too. Oh, crazy. Ooh. Oof. Yeah, this chorus is crazy. I wonder who, you guys probably know, I wonder who plays piano for them, because it is always crazy. They always go so hard on it, and I love it every single time. But I don't remember right now in this moment if we had, I don't believe, because it's only been like the newer videos, like Tokyo Calling, or like, Hotona Blue? I can't remember, I'm so sorry if that is correct. But with those ones, we had lyrics on them, but like most of their older stuff, I had no translation for. So I don't know if I've read these, but with Poisonous Flower being the title, it feels like right now, obviously, we're going a pretty close to that, you know? But I'm wondering what this is a metaphor for, because it's obviously, at least I'm assuming, it's not just about a flower, you know? It's never not just a flower. It's never just a flower. Oof! the scratch on that. Ooh. I love this part in particular because of her voice. Oof. Ah. Oof. There we go. There, I got a little space to breathe. Oof. Wow. Yeah, I feel like even though I did get kind of a new favorite in the song that we ended on last time. I don't know why it's not showing up and I can't look at it, but you know what it is. I'm going to say, obviously, in the final rating that I'm giving at the end of this video, I'm going to say what my favorites are. But with this one, I don't know. I think it's a mixture of her voice, Suzuka's voice, because she sounds so, like, almost, she sounds defeated and, like, just destroyed while she's singing this. Like, it feels so raw, and she's going, like, ah, you know, like, really going hard on that. And the lyrics themselves, I feel like, because they have that little tiny section of born as a woman, die as a woman. The flower is supposed to be symbolizing, I think, either something about, you know, just being a woman in and of itself, of, like, being kind of born poisonous, you know? And I don't know if it's too big of a thing to, like, connect it to this, but of, like, you're kind of, like, you've been given the wrong cards, you know, like, or not wrong in of like, it's not wrong to be a woman, you know what I mean? But it is something that, like, society has already decided is the worst option, and it is something that, like, once you're there, you can't really avoid it, you know what I mean? In the eyes of a lot of people, even if you decide you're not, for example, I don't really see myself as a woman at all, you know, and I've talked about this multiple times, and in fact, a perfect example, I made that video a couple years ago, where I talked about my gender identity, and people were like, are you okay? Like, are you doing well at home? Because they fully thought that I had been, like, groomed or something. And I feel like that's very, very true. Like, if you have been born a woman, or if you just are a feminine person in the world, you're kind of already being treated in a worse way. And so of course you can grow and be great, but at the end of the day, you are a poisonous flower. You know? Like, you can still, like, poisonous flowers still grow, and they still, like, are able to function, but there's something inside you that, like, people have decided is bad. You know? Damn, that was kind of a strong note to start off today, but of course, the song slaps, though. Like, of course, since I don't speak fluent Japanese, I can kind of, like, disconnect myself, but now that's gonna be stuck in my head, you know what I mean? Just a little bit. And of course, if you think that I'm completely wrong in any of my interpretations, if you're like, what are you talking about? Then of course, leave it down in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are. But yeah, very, very nice start. So now we're going to move on to this I cannot pronounce. It was so bad. Esuenuesunijyuyoji. I don't know. That's probably not bad at all. Or SNS 24. I think I did remember that this came up. Okay, intriguing. So, let's dive into our next song. Ooh! Ooh! Right out of the gate with that guitar. Ooh! Ooh! The jazz is back! Ooh! Woo! Ooh. Okay. Very, very intrigued by the lyrics so far. Oh, oops, that's the wrong button. I really like this though, because they're kind of singing like robots, and I think that is on purpose, because it seems to be all about, because SNS obviously means social networking site, I believe is the correct acronym there. And I feel like it's right now, at this moment, I'm just like, it's about like social media and being like tied to it, you know what I mean? Woo! Huh. What does that remind me of? It's something that just like ding, 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 and I have no clue what it is. Why is that so familiar? Let's go! Ooh! Damn. The tempo of this and the guitar really get me going with this one. The melody for the chorus. What? Oh my god, we've definitely had funny lyrics so far, but I feel like nothing has like fully shook me like that did just now. I don't want sterilization. I don't want sterilization because I'm an influencer. Look at me. Like, I feel like it's been quite serious so far in being like, I'm portraying this version of myself on the internet or specifically on social media where I look happy, but in reality, you know, I feel much different on the inside. It's okay to lie over there. You know, it's okay. It's just become normal to not be yourself really on the internet. And can be me, you know. I feel like I'm very truthful. I'm a little bit too truthful on this site. But anyway, it's been mostly that, and then here we have this line where I'm just like, huh. All right. We've become a little bit too cocky, you know? Wow. Woo! Oh my god. Oh my god. Just ripping it up. Totally just like, ew. It's so hard to pause on their songs because they always have these really, really nice long outros. So I'm just like, what is the time? When is the time? There we go. I think I hit that. Ooh, I really like that one too. Like, that chorus was really, really catchy. And I feel like, again, even though I'm not perfect and I wish I was, I still need to like dive into more anime and stuff. And just like try to understand a little bit better how to like say stuff, because I always turned it into like a way to like a mixture between like English, Swedish, and Korean, and like try to like somehow do pronunciation based on that, and it doesn't work obviously. But anyway, I like the song a lot. I thought it was very, very fun. Like I said, even though some of these lyrics definitely felt very, I guess, sad, but also just like a little bit too raw of being just like, because I think we all know it. I know we all know it deep inside that like, hey, when you're putting yourself out there, you're not really putting yourself out there. You know what I mean? You're just like creating this image that you think will be the most either successful or just like the most polished for social media. And I think, of course, on this YouTube channel, I'm very much open and I'm very just talking my feelings, because, you know, reaction videos don't really have script. You can't script a reaction video. So what I'm saying right now is just coming straight off the dome, which that's probably a reason why I've learned to talk a lot better, which is just like, it's just like training myself to sit down in front of a camera. But, you know, you kind of create this image and then you're just like, this is not who I am, you know? I'm not actually this person. I'm just hoping that other people will think I'm cool based on what I'm giving them here, you know? But again, that line was really, really funny. And it was probably just like a moment of like, either they're trying to show that like they're becoming a lot more like distanced and like almost diluted in a weird way, of just like after finding this like fame, being like overly cocky and just like putting yourself on this pedestal, or it was just a funny line they wanted to put in, you know what I mean? Because again, I don't know why that got to me so much, but I just think it was really funny. It was really funny, and that's why it got to me. But yeah, that was, again, SNS 24. I feel like that makes sense. So, social media, social networking site, 24 hours. Maybe, perhaps, sort of. Because they mentioned it there, 24 hours. I think it was Kanon who said it, like, earlier. She was just, like, spending, here I can see, maybe. How long have you been trapped? 24 hours. You know, so it's like, we're kind of stuck. We're stuck in there. We can't get out because where else are we going to be? You know, where else are we going to spend our time? That's kind of how I used to be. I'm a lot better now, but I used to be very much like that person who was just like, what am I supposed to do when I'm not, like, doing this stuff, you know? But anyway, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So, now we're on to our next song, which is Toumei Girl? Toumei Girl. Toumei Girl? Not entirely sure I pronounced that either, but I feel like that's been the thing for this entire video. Is I don't know how to pronounce it. So, let us see what is next. This sounded a little bit more, like, softer, so that is intriguing. Because I feel like a lot of the stuff we've gotten was, like, very in your face, but, like, in different ways. So we are going to see. So let's dive into our next song. Let's go. So then after this, we have 2 music videos. We're good. Transparent Girl. Ooh. Can already see maybe where this is going. Ooh! This is a little bit more punk than I feel like some of the other songs are, and that, like, really excites me because I used to listen to this music all the time. Hold on. Still have the piano, but the melody is lovely. Toumei Girl. Toumei. Ooh. I love this vibe. It feels like, this fully feels like an anime intro or something like that. Oh. Beautiful, gorgeous. I have some inclinations right now. Interesting. I'm just having a good time right now. never mind. Wow. Wait, it's already almost over? Crazy. Woo! Damn you, guitar. At least that's what I'm assuming it is. Whoa. I really liked these lyrics. I really did. I think these are some of my favorites that I have gotten to these 2 days. Is because I don't know what it is. I love that of the Toumei Girl and then the Toumei Love doing that for the first part, and then like in the last minute doing that. I think that was really cool. And I feel like what I'm getting from this is just like, at first I was kind of like, before we got to that part about a potential love interest, I was thinking it was more about like depression or like some sort of like some type of like either depression or like anxiety, I think, of like that making you feel like you can't be seen. I think that anxiety maybe fits a little bit more into that, especially social anxiety of being just like so afraid to like show yourself that like you basically hide from everybody, you know? So that was kind of what I was leaning towards first, and I think it kind of still sticks, but also it was just like, maybe it was specifically about this person a little bit as well, of just like her being so terrified of confronting these feelings and confronting the love interest that she is hiding away. But then after being like, it couldn't hurt to at least tell you, stuff like that. And so then it became like, again, invisible love instead of invisible girl. And I think that's really nice. We've seemed to have like progressed a little bit throughout the song, at least in some way, of being just like a little less afraid. It seems like we're still afraid, but a little bit less so, which like, congratulations, you know what I mean? Like, that is a very important part of like getting out of your shell, I think. It's just like being able to be like, okay, I have been struggling, but you know what? I need to be like taken at least a step out, because otherwise I will never, like, if I don't start going forward, I will just keep being like dragged back, you know? But I don't know, there's something about like this chorus too is really lovely. Like, they managed to create something where I'm just like, I feel like almost a little bit like I'm being like wagged in like a, or like I'm being, what is it called? Rocked? That's what it's called. I'm being rocked in like a little crib. And it just like, it's kind of like, it's a little saddening, but also comforting in a way. I don't know. Maybe it's because the lyrics are a little bit like relatable in at least some ways, you know? Because I feel like that's who I kind of used to be, about like trying to hide and like not making myself be seen. Anyway, though, that was Toumei Girl. Just a real quick check. We're good to go. Now we have a new music video. This is for... Gonna check... Oh! Well, hello there. She's upside down. So it is for Saishuu Jinrui. This is the music video for that. Or a music something like that, you know what I mean? So let's dive right in and check this out as well. Of course, I checked out one last time, but we have two to go after this, and one is obviously, I think the next one is like a 2 minutes long, so it's not the entire song, but I believe this one is. So let's dive right in. Ooh. Already very trippy. Ooh. Protect those backs. Ooh. It's giving like the album cover because they're upside down there. Woo. I don't know how you managed to look kind of cool upside down. Woo! Once again, dance on point. Ooh! These camera angles do kind of make me feel like I'm dizzy. However, it is all part of the artistic process, of course. But like, man, I feel like I am watching, like, every clip is a second long. Like, it's not going any longer than that. Like, it's just constantly being like bam, 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 bam. Like, almost every single beat, it is like switching. At least in my head, it's like switching angle or scene, and it's a lot. But also, I'm just like, ooh, ooh, ooh. So, I wonder why we're upside down. That's my question. Not the ice cream! I love that they can be playful while still looking cool. It looks like they're constantly talking or saying something, but obviously we cannot hear it. So that's very interesting. I wonder if that's going to come into the lyrics in some way. Because again, they had that earlier, and I was like, maybe it's just like, maybe in the performance there's something differently done than in the actual like recorded like studio song. But I don't know. I'm curious about that because again, it seems like either it's like a chanting or something along the lines of that they're doing. Holding that ponytail. I wonder how they did that though, how they held them up upside down. Putting with her freaking ponytail, just like constantly touching it. Woo! Let's go, guitar! Whoa! Hold on. First of all, yeah, the train, but like... Oh, it's just a bunch of people. There's a dog statue right behind her there. I was like, what is happening right now? I feel like I've entered like the upside down or something, you know? Not just literally, but stranger things. Woo! Yeah, look at him. I would have passed out. Oh! Let's go! Get her up there. One more lift. Oh! Oh! Any pose. Let's go. That's really cute. I wonder how they did that though, how they like kept them. I'm sure they had something like a crane or something that like held them up. But I would have passed out. They probably didn't do it for long times, but like still, I don't know if I would have managed it. But very, very cool. So yeah, that was Saishuu Jinrui. I'm not entirely sure how to say it. But yeah, very interesting. I wonder again why they decided to, again, it might just be for the artistic vision, like maybe that's just what they wanted to do, but I wonder why they were upside down. Oh my god, sorry. my breath got stuck in my throat almost. I feel like maybe it's going to be there, or like I said, it's just for looking cool, but we're going to find out obviously very, very soon. But yeah, this dance also, by the way, I think we had a really good one in the last video too, but also with this one, they just like went ham, but they always do that. But I love I love that they kept holding each other's head, and then with Mizu like boxing Suzuka's hair, like very, very cute. We had some cute moments in here, but yeah, very intrigued by that. And I also wonder why they kept changing, and then we had like people in the back later. I'm curious about what the vision was, but I am obviously going to find out very, very soon. Very, very soon what it was about. But yeah. We're gonna see. I really do want to see what this song is about, because I really don't know. I don't know what to believe. So let us dive into and check out the lyrics as well to see what is being sung about. So let us dive right into this as well. Oh, hold on. Final Humanity. Okay, a lot more serious than I thought it was, but let's go. Ooh. Da 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 da. Under the classroom. For now. I mean, we're only like halfway through, so I don't know, but at this point I'm just like, trying to piece things together and it's not really working in my head. But hopefully I'll get like answers to that puzzle later on. But I'm still just like, huh? You know, like that meme of that cat that's like, huh? That's me, you know? This group, as a piano lover, is just the best. There's so many interesting parts, you know? There's a story being told here, and I'm trying to piece it together. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. Now we're back to this part. Now it's forever again. Woo! Going crazy, damn. Woo! Someday. Right, my bad. Huh. Yeah, I feel frazzled by this because I sort of came to the conclusion in my head that this is about like somebody who is really like, how should I say this? Somebody who's like reflecting on the future, or like you wouldn't reflect if it's the future, like pondering about the future and being just like somebody who, because there's parts like talks about a classroom and stuff, so I think maybe this is like somebody's like ponderings about their future and like wondering what things are gonna happen, like where are the final humans gonna go, Ash and music forever, music and Ash and music forever, like things like that, being like these thoughts that pop into your head. But also there were other parts where I'm just like, maybe not. So I really don't know. I feel like this is the one today that I've been like a little bit like stomped over. So I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are down below if you have a little bit more of like a concrete thought there, because I don't think I have one. But overall though, I like the vibe of it, definitely. I feel like it's not like, I definitely have had songs that have hit me a bit more, but I still really enjoy it because, again, the piano in their songs always get to me. Like, they always go so hard. Like, they constantly sound like they are running on, like, 12 cups of coffee. You know, like, it's just, like, every single song. And I love that as somebody who really enjoys that type of instrumentation. Like, it's the best. So, yeah, but let me know what your thoughts are, because I feel like I don't really get it at this point. But it was very fun, though. of course. But I feel like I've said that about all of their songs so far. It's just like they have such a long, like a loud and strong presence that I really appreciate. But also, on the other hand, it's just like, huh? You know? Like, that is kind of the vibes that I've gotten so far in a lot of their music. It's just like, I enjoy it, but I'm also just like, what is happening? But I think that is always something really fun. I do love it when things like shock me. It's the best. But that was the second to last. Now we're on to the last song of this album. We have, this popped up when I searched for the song title. So this is only a minute and 42 seconds. So this one is quite short, but it did say music video, obviously YouTube version, for this song called PILOTIS or PILOTIS. I don't know how to say it exactly, but this one is a short version. I don't think there was anything longer than this, and I'm excited to see what this is, but I really have no clue. So we're going to watch this, like I said, and then we're going to check out a lyric video that is like the full song, because I believe the full song is like 4 minutes, and this one is only, less than 2 minutes long. So let's see what this music video is like. Let's go. I wonder if there's another version somewhere then. Okay. I just started doing it with them. Oh my god. How are they able to do this? Are these girls like trained in like acrobatics or like gymnastics? Have any of them done that? Or are they just like very, very good at these like stunt moves? Because, oh my god. With the glasses. Ooh. Beautiful. Got little like, what are these? These are like the gym outfits, I think. I didn't know that she had an undercut. I haven't really paid attention to that, but that's really cool. Tower! Again, how? Crazy. Yeah, please get down. Thank you. Like, I say, like, gymnastics, acrobatics, and also, like, ballet. They are very good dancers. That's what I'm trying to say. Doing that to end the song. Ah! Interesting. I mean, obviously, this is a very short one. This is only 2-minute song, so there's not really much to comment on, but I want to say that this, even though this is a very simple set, they're probably just in some like studio, and then they're like, they're like projecting this sunset at the back. It still looks very, very nice, even though it is quite simple. Just like how it's done is very simple. It still looks very nice. And then we have whatever these shots are of them in this like other studio where they're doing just a bunch of like basically stunts, you know what I mean? Like crazy. And then also them in the like, again, school like PE outfits, I believe. Again, I don't really know much about the Japanese school system, to say the least. Like, I have only really experienced it through like anime, so I'm not gonna act like I know a lot, but I think from kind of what I've seen, that is sort of the fits, you know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like this one definitely what was the softest so far, and definitely felt like a song to end an album, you know what I mean? Like, I'm usually always, now that I've listened to I don't know how many albums on this channel, but also just like albums outside of it and before I started here, I feel like I understand that like the usual like setup for an album, and usually the softest stuff goes in the back, and like the songs that are your sound go first, you know what I mean? So we have like something that establishes very quickly what we're getting into, and then some random songs of different genres, and then like the softest songs in whatever way goes last. Usually it's like a ballad or something. I wouldn't expect a ballad from them, even though I feel like they've gotten me some vibes of that, but not really. Not really. But I was kind of thinking that was going to be a little bit softer, but definitely was with that singing, because they were just like, it sounded like almost like a hymn, you know what I mean? I think it's with them singing together, and also the way they were singing, it just felt very much like, again, a hymn, a song you would sing as like a prayer song, you know? We're going to see, though, what it is about, but that is kind of the vibes that it gave me. But yeah, interesting. And that little dance move, I saw them do it, and I immediately started doing it myself, because like, how do you not? I'm such a, if I see it, I want to do it with them person, and I think it's probably annoying for you guys, but it's just what I do. What can you say? But anyway, let's go ahead and get into our last song, a full song. We have PILOTIS. I can't remember exactly how they said it. But this is the full song, which is like, again, 5 minutes. This was very much shortened then, like from the previous like music video. And again, because it's a YouTube version, I feel like maybe there's a longer one that exists somewhere, but I don't know where to find it. So if that's something you guys are like, hey, they have a full one, then like, of course, let me know and link it down below, and I'll be sure to add it to whatever I do next. But yeah, sorry about that. Or what was I saying? Sorry, I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this and see what the song is about. Like I said, it sounded softer, so maybe we're gonna get something softer, but I really don't know. So let's dive right in. Because there's like no like crazy drums and whatnot. Hold on, let me see. PILOTIS. Cute. Ooh. Interesting. The drums coming in. Woo! A lot of like, yeah, a lot of like loan words, because I'm pretty sure these have Japanese versions, right? Or like, they have actual Japanese words. So, intriguing. And maybe you could tell me and I'm just like completely wrong. I don't know. Yeah. Is this another nonsense song? I don't know. Maybe. It's beautiful though. Yeah, I think so. Kick up once again. Yeah, I'm a little bit stumped with this one too, to tell you the least. I like how it sounds though. That part in particular is so pretty. Do how they did it. Yeah. Like I said, there was a lot of words in here where, like, I'm 100% sure that 50-50 exists in Japanese. So I feel like it was on purpose to use these, like, loan words into Japanese of doing just, like, English words in a Japanese pronunciation. I feel like that was sort of it was a choice, and I don't know why it was a choice, but it was a choice for sure. But I want to see, I'm pretty sure that it doesn't have a translation, but I don't know for sure. In architecture, refers to support, typically columns or stilts that lift a building above the ground. Pilotis are supports, above the ground or body of water. I don't know why the child would spend their time at a pilotis. How do you pronounce pilotis? It's saying pilotis. Pilotis. I'm not sure why the child would spend their time at a pilotis, but maybe they did. But I feel like there might be something here that you can decipher, and I'm sure that there are people out there who have, but for me right now, my brain is just like working overtime trying to be like, what does it mean? You know what I mean? Because with other songs, I feel like I can kind of get to somewhere. I'm probably not, and I never assume that I'm correct with anything. But with this one, I'm just like, what does it mean? What does it mean? But overall, I like the vibe. I definitely think that I'm a lot more for their, like, stronger sounds. Like, that is kind of what I'm here for, you know what I mean? Because, like, when I first listened to Tokyo Calling, I was like, let's go, you know what I mean? And also that first song that I watched where they were, like, the foxes, like, that was really, really fun, too. So that is kind of, like, my jam from them personally. But, of course, it is like 100%, but you can do whatever you want with your music, you know, it's your music. But that is kind of what I usually have enjoyed from them so far. And so this is not really my cup of tea. However, I will still enjoy and listen to stuff, you know. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this one too, because I am not really sure what I feel. But yeah, that was all 10 songs, including 3 music videos from the ATARASHII GAKKO album. And now I'm going to look it up because I want to say it right now. Otherwise, I feel like it is kind of like, why, you know, I need to be able to tell you what I just listened to. You know what I mean? So I'm going to open that up right freaking now. From my, let me see here, my, where did you show up? Is it, oh, right, because the freaking, from Maenarawanai. Yes, that is what we've listened to today, so from 2018. So, yeah, of course, let me know what your thoughts are. I have enjoyed this quite a bit, so of course, now that I've listened to this, we're going to move on to some of the longer, or not long, yeah, some of their newer stuff, because of course, this was Otona Blue, that's what it's called. Now that we listened to this, we can move on to some like newer stuff after that, which is going to be exciting. And they also have a lot of different music videos, and they released one pretty recently, I believe, with Bombing Tiger. So that would be really fun to watch too. But anyway, I'm going to now listen through everything again and put down a little bit of a ranking or just like a review or rating on my notes, and then I'm going to tell you guys what I thought, and you're going to see how I would rate this album from my scale from 1 to 5 stars. So, anyway though, let's dive right into and check that out. I'm going to listen to everything again, like I said, and then I'm going to be right back. So, I'll see you guys right there. Alright, lovely. I am back. I have now listened to all of the songs over again. Not the entire songs, because that would mean that I would take a really, really long time. But just to refresh myself and kind of like figure out where I want to put it and like how, you know, how it looks like. So, yeah, Maenarawanai from ATARASHII GAKKO from 2018 got a 3-star from me. Technically it is a 3.5, but half stars are not allowed in this house. I don't know why. I think it's just the emojis. So 7 out of 10 songs are songs that I enjoyed. So here you go. You can check that out a little bit more, but I'm obviously going to read it off to you. So my comments I wrote, I love how loud and bombastic they are, and it showed here very much so. I feel like most of the songs were like in your face, and that is what I really hope for today, because again, I've never listened to anything that I would like think is like a B-side. I don't really know how they decide on that, but you know, I haven't listened to something they would say is a B-side from them, and so I was hoping for that more, and I think that we got it. But yeah, I'll list off the ones that I didn't really enjoy that much so you can understand. So Wakaranai, after I re-listened to it, I don't know, this wasn't really hitting me as much. And then Saishuu Jinrui, I was just also just like, it's a little bit too repetitive for my like taste. And then PILOTIS or PILOTIS is what I said. Also not really, because again, I really do enjoy when they do their more like louder stuff, so it just didn't hit me as hard, but it was still fun, of course. So that is what I put it down. And faves were Dokubana. Obviously, I listened to that already. I'll be sure to link that. But I really do enjoy that song. I just think it is very, very cool. And then I did ZZZ because it was such a new vibe from them that I feel like I haven't like heard before. And I thought that that was so cool. And then also just like the like jazzy elements, again, the trumpet and stuff like that was really, really cool. And then lastly, Toumei Girl, because it felt, like I said, it gave me so many like emo vibes, and I really enjoy that. Just like lyric wise, but also just like, you know, like just like the sound of it, I feel like. So yeah, all different, but all fun in regards to the favorites there. So yeah, I know that like 3 stars doesn't sound that good, but of course, like I said, I always do it, so it's like the amount of songs divided by total amount of songs, and so that becomes, 7 out of 10 becomes a 0.7, and that is technically a 3.5 star, so just so you know, but it doesn't sound that good when I say it, but trust me, it really, really was. So yeah, I think that was all that I had. That was the last album listen for this bunch. I'm going to be releasing a new one before I do upload this video on YouTube, so it's probably going to be tomorrow that it is, or yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be releasing a new album bunch, and you can now vote on it in order to decide which day or which groups are going to come first out of the bunch that I choose. And also to let you guys know, I still haven't released it. I really do want to create a like thorough schedule, but Fridays, I believe it is what I decided, is now my official album listening day. So Fridays, whenever you get to it, I'm going to be getting into a new album. So that is what I've decided on. So look forward to that. But yeah, I think that was all I wanted to say. So if you haven't already, please consider coming to my channel or going to my Patreon and check me out over there. If you're already seeing it, it's because you're seeing it a day early on Patreon, because I do early access over there. So if that intrigues you and you want to see stuff earlier than everybody else, then go and check me out over there. And yeah, like this video if you like it, and if you have any request, you can leave it down in the comments below, and hopefully I'll get to it one day. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, free pastime, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So yeah, bye bye.